Okay, in removing the fuel tank to drop your rear end, it's going to be 6 screws. I thought it was just 4, but you're going to have 2. You're going to have one here. There's one there. It'll come on. And then there's one here in the middle. It's right there. That will come off, and you will need to remove your tire. Well, removing your tire makes it easier. I guess if you jack it up high enough, you can come in straight from here. You can come in from under here to get to the middle one. And it's pretty much a straight shot from this one. So if you can get it up high enough, you won't have to remove your tire. You don't even have the disc on this side. The rotor. Oh well, you did strip it. Okay. Another correction in removing the tank. Like I say, you're going to have to drop your rear end, but you're also going to have to remove your springs, and that brings it up to the 3 on the bottom on each side, 6 holding the rear suspension in from the bottom. Then you're going to have also 6 on the top. So it's going to be a total of 12. 3, 4, 6. So it's actually going to be a total of 12 instead of 10, because you have the 2 and then the one in the middle for your shot. So remove all those, remove your shocks, and then we'll see what it takes to drop it. Okay, now that we have the rear end dropped, pulled out of place, let's see what it's looking like under here. Okay, so yeah, the tank comes back over the rear, and you have 2 more bolts up there on this end now to remove in order to drop the tank. So what I'm going to do is pull the rear end on out the way and load the floor jack back up here so we can lower the tank. Okay, so for the most part we now have the 95 Miata MX5 edition pretty much so stripped down. All the parts that I want to have removed in order to prep the body for paint and undercoating. Basically just tear it all down, get the feel of the car. I want to come back in the problem spots. I want to undercoat those. As a matter of fact, this whole interior is going to be undercoated. The underside, everything except pretty much the exterior. Undercoat the trunk. So we have removed all the wires, all the interior, you know, little grommets or wire holders like that. Some of them I've left into place. I'm not going to worry about those, but now we're going to get it all power washed, do a good power washing on it, come back. So as you see, for the most part, the body looks pretty good. They did ride it rough. We got that straightened out pretty much. The rails shot. They scraped out real hard. So at that point, I'm just basically, as long as we still have a clean title on it, no major accidents or wrecks or anything, I like the clean title. We'll get it all cleaned up and swapped over. It's going to be swapped out to a Ford. The engine in Bugaboo is a 4.6, but I'm going to try to, as we go along, if I can come across 1.8 drivetrain as far as the rear and the drive shaft. As far as the rear and the drive shaft, that's what we'll go back with. This here is the rust area, the spot that we'll have to pay some special attention to, so that it gives us a chance to perhaps try some welding. Go buy a little welder. I'm pretty sure we'll need it in the long run. But that's where we are at the moment. We have it all stripped down. We'll get out here and do a pressure wash on it. And then we'll work on that bad spot and take it from there. Alright, we're getting ready to remove the front subframe. Go ahead.
I just want to make sure that they can hear you.
Okay. And for this, you're gonna have to remove this piece in order to slide the brake line off. Then you're gonna have two bolts or screws under there, and then one in the back under there. The one in the back is right there. You're gonna have to remove that one. And there you see the brake line. This little tab right here, like on the rear, is gonna pull that out to loosen the brake line, because this is a permanent attached piece. And right under here, you have two screws right under here that will need to be removed on each side. Okay, for the subframe, it's going to be, there's a total of 8 screws. You got the one here, you have one.
All right. Can I take the screw out?
Mm-hmm. That's up there. Then you have the 2 that are right there. So that's 8, and 10 when you count the 2 that has to be removed from here, from your springs. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total of 12. It's going to be 2 up here on each side. You got 2 right here on each side. And then you got that one and that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it's going to be a total of 12 to remove your subframe. Jack it on down. It should drop out now. just to document where these braces came from. One on that side, and then there's one on this side. Okay, for that part, it's going to be two pieces. You got that top part that I showed you, and then you have to remove this bottom part. For this top part, the screws are 10 millimeters, and I'm thinking for these two, it's going to be 12. But let me show you on this side what I'm talking about. Here's the top part. Remove that screw and it comes off, and then where that screw is showing is actually going to be this bottom part. And there's two screws on the opposite side of that, and two screws here. So two screws there, and then you're going to have the two screws on this side. Okay, real quick, back to those two pieces there. We're not going to remove them. They're in place pretty good, and it's not going to affect anything really as far as when we go to undercoat it. I don't know if they're pressed in. I think they're just on there pretty tight, and like I said, they don't seem to be affecting anything, so we're just going to leave them in place instead of trying to force them off. I think we'll just leave those. Now to try to see if we can't get some dollies up under it so we can move it.